A lot of candidates walk into BIT's interview feeling intimidated that they don't know anything, but they forget one thing. It is not about how much you know. It is about showing how you think, and that is something we can train. In today's video, I'll show you a step-by-step strategy of walking into the interview room with confidence without any guesswork. I remember my own interview when I was at the campus. There were so many things that I wish I had known sooner, and today's video will tell you everything about that. This is one of those moments that can change your trajectory forever. You don't just clear one interview, you transform how you approach research itself. Let's break down exactly how to do that. By the end of today's video, you will know exactly how a written test is conducted, what kind of documentation you have to carry, what kind of questions will be asked for the interview. I have prepared an exact template for you so that you don't have to watch too many videos and look at other resources. What are the logistics and transportation? What kind of attire you have to wear? What are the things that should not be done for an interview? This is a really important video because by the end of it, you will be pro as long as your PhD interview and written test is concerned at BIT's campus. As far as the written test is concerned, moving on to the syllabus, this is how the syllabus looks like. It is present in the brochure and I've linked it in the description as well as pinned comment below. The syllabus focuses on basic skills as far as different disciplines are concerned. One thing that I do want to mention over here is those with MPhil, ME, MTech or with national level fellowships like CSIR NET, DBT JRF, UGC NET JRF, as long as it gives you a fellowship, you are exempted from writing a written test. Don't just come assuming that you have to give your written test. Confirm your eligibility. If it is not in the brochure, you can call them personally, put a mail and let them revert to you. Now here in brochure, I don't know if it is a human error or it is a typo because they have mentioned candidates with MPhil degree has been exempted from writing a written test. Now the thing is, UGC has de-recognized MPhil as a degree. If you are present on this channel for some time, you already know about this update. So the candidates with an MPhil degree, please cross-check your eligibility with respect to interview as well as with written test. Second update that I want to give you is earlier DBT JRF and CSIR NET JRF, they were two separate entities. They were two separate exams. From December 2026, okay, the notification is already out on their website. From December 2026, DBT and CSIR has collaborated for a common exam. This is for those candidates who are watching this video in future. So you might want to cross-check your eligibility with respect to that as well. As far as the format of the exam and marking scheme is concerned, for biological sciences, chemistry, mathematics and physics, the question paper you will have 50 to 100 multiple choice questions. They haven't given a clear figure and they will be subject specific related to your syllabus. Okay, the total duration of the test would be 2 to 3 hours. Negative marking is present, so tukke mat ligana. If you know the answer, you write it. If you don't, leave the question, avoid guesswork. As far as humanities, social sciences and economics and finance is concerned, you will have two tests. Test 1 would be common for all these disciplines. Test 2 would be discipline specific and subjective. So test 1 would be MCQs for you and test 2 would be subjective. Management students who have done masters in business administration or allied disciplines, you will have a 1 hour test and it will be subjective, no MCQs. You will have application of different areas of business, okay, as far as the syllabus is concerned. After UGC made sure that even graduates who have done B or B Farm, they can take admission directly to PhD without going for a master's. If you are a B candidate or B Farm candidate, then you need to write compulsory the written test. The syllabus, the different marking schemes as well as the different parameters relating to this written test is present clearly in the brochure, so you don't have to worry. So as far as the PhD interview is concerned, what is the mindset that is required? It's really simple, okay? The thing is, be complicated. First thing, shift the game from evaluation to conversation. When we think that we are being evaluated, the pressure increases, anxiety increases, nervousness increases. Think of it as a conversation. होता है तो ठीक, नहीं होता है तो भी ठीक है. The more pressure we put, the more we screw up the outcome. Secondly, process over outcome. The more we get focused on the mood of the panel, कैसे कौन कैसे expression से उसके face पे, what are the questions that we will ask, and competition. You can prepare for interview thoroughly, but a lot of the times certain things can go out of hand. Keeping the focus on process, you giving your best rather than what the panel thinks of you. Build cognitive composure. Okay, if a question is asked to you, even if you know the answer, pause for 2 to 3 seconds. Slow your speech deliberately and breathe between thoughts. It's okay if you don't know everything. Okay, normalize not knowing. It is not necessary that you have to give all the answers. It is more important that you are fine with not knowing a lot of things, because when you do all these 4 things, you signal honesty, structure, and trainability, thinking of it as a conversation rather than evaluation. Moving on to the types of questions. Okay, there are 5 types of questions that are usually asked. Let's start with it one by one. But the first one is project centric. You have done a project or an internship. Okay? When I answered my interview, I had done my project for master's, so questions, all of them came from master's. If you have done your master's or bachelor's, carry both the projects, okay, not just master's. A lot of the times I have seen them asking even on bachelor's project. This particular section will test your depth, ownership, as well as clarity. These are the 3 skills that are checked over here. So here you can expect more concept-based question. Can you summarize your project in 60 seconds? What was the most challenging part of your project? If you had more time, how would you improve your work? While answering these types of questions, the approach that you have to adopt is SQ: system, struggle, and scope. Answer it in that order. For example, when it comes to system, what problem were you solving? Struggle, what challenges did you face? And scope, what are the limitations or future improvements? For example, you are asked on, can you summarize your project in 60 seconds? Here is a way to answer it. My project focused on optimizing X system to improve Y efficiency. You can fill X and Y accordingly. The main challenge was handling Z constraint where existing methods failed. I approached it by doing so and so, but one limitation is so and so, and if extended, I would explore so and so avenues of this particular topic. This is the structure of how you answer project-centric questions. Avoid listing steps without any insight. You know you are listing a step. What is the rationale behind it? Why was it done? Saying everything worked fine. Everything worked fine meaning what was the challenge? Show to the panel that it was really difficult and you tried your best to solve the problem. सब कुछ अच्छा था तो तुम वहाँ project में क्या कर रहे थे? This is the question that comes at the back of the mind. Not knowing limitation. Every technique has positives and negatives. How do you address the limitation is something that you have to focus on. The next kind of questions which are asked are syllabus centric. Syllabus centric questions will test your concepts as well as your first principles. So this is more of a theoretical knowledge. They can pick any one definition and explain so and so core concept from the basic. Why does this formula work? What happens if we change these assumptions? Here the framework that we will use is FLEE framework: fundamentals, logic, example, and assumptions. The structure of your answer would be like this. First, you will speak about the fundamentals. What is it that you are being asked? Second, you try to explain the reason behind that formula or particular phenomena. Third, you give an example, how it happens in practical life. Fourth, assumptions, show depth. For example, if I try to answer the question, this concept is based on so and so concept. The underlying principle is so and so. For example, you can state the application. This assumed that so and so factors are at play. This is how you answer syllabus-centric questions when they come for your PhD interview. Do not memorize definitions without having the background about it. If there is a definition asked, you have to know what led to the formation of the definition. Here, as far as syllabus-centric questions are concerned, they are testing your understanding, not your recall. The next kind of questions are area centric. You are preparing for your interview in management, then the questions from there will come under area centric questions. 2 things which are checked: research alignment as well as your curiosity. The questions such as, why do you want to work in this area? What recent developments do you know? What problem would you like to solve in this field? These are more open-ended, subjective questions which cater to your research interest rather than your theoretical theoretical knowledge. The framework that will be used in this case is IPP: interest, problem, and perspective. While sharing your interest, you have to state why this particular area you have chosen. You can give 2 to 3 reasons. Second is the problem. If you are aware of any specific problem in that area, then you need to state that over here. Third, your thinking. This is your opinion about the whole matter. A sample answer in this case would be, I'm interested in management because of so and so reason. A key challenge currently is so and so, and I think exploring why approach, and then you can add your own opinion. Two things to avoid over here: avoid giving generic answers and saying that you like your subject. Okay? You like your subject, that is the exact reason why you are here. As a prospective research scholar, you need to answer more in detail. Is individual centric questions about you. They test clarity of thought as well as self-awareness. How much do you know about your own self, not just your subject? Sample questions in this could be, tell me about yourself, why do you want to do a PhD, and what are your strengths and weaknesses? The framework that you will be using is PAP: past, alignment, and purpose. While stating the past, you say about your background. What has been your background, your masters, not just your academic, but what kind of activities were you involved in? Second is alignment. Why PhD? Keep 2 points ready for this. Third, purpose, future direction. What will you do with this PhD? A sample answer for this could be, I come from so and so, during which I developed interest in, which led me to pursue deeper understanding in so and that's why I'm applying for a PhD in say management. There are 2 things to avoid over here. Avoid telling life stories. तुम्हारे खानदान में क्या हुआ? All this from childhood battles. Be brief, be concise, be specific. Vague motivation. You want to solve the problems of the world. You want to create a better world. But in what way? More specific answers are appreciated at this stage. The fifth and the final important questions are institution-centric questions. Here, your intent, preparation as well as fit is checked. You need to know a little bit background about the institution itself. Which faculty would you like to work with? They can also ask you your research interest. Okay, they can ask in this section or in previous section. How does BITS align with your goals? The framework that you will be using over here is RAF framework. Research what you know about BITS. Alignment, why does it fit you? Why just BITS? Why not any other institute? Future, what you aim to do. Once you get a degree in this institute, how will this degree benefit you from a degree which is got from some other institute? A sample answer in this case would be, I am particularly interested in the work being done in so-and-so, especially by so-and-so, which aligns with my interest in, and I believe BITS provides the environment to explore so-and-so. I have given fill in the blanks over here, and these are mentioned in the pinned comments as well as description, so you can copy paste and just fill in the blanks so that the answer is tailor-made for you. Avoid saying 2 things. BITS is prestigious. We all know it is prestigious, but there are others which are prestigious too. So why just this? Secondly, not knowing about faculties. The department where you are, their profiles and what kind of work overall is going on. There you need to do. I have created a PhD interview mindset checklist. When you are going for an interview, you just have to tick mark this and you are sorted as far as the interview is concerned. The download link is in description. Moving on to the documentation. What are the different things that need to be carried? First of all, before documentation, I want you to carry 2 things. First is earphones. See, a lot of times written test and interview happens on separate days. Sometimes it happens on the same day. Okay, you will be informed about that. There is a waiting period involved and earphones can really help in that. A bottle of water. These 2 things have to be there in your purse, in your kitty, in your bag, whatever. Moving on to the documentation. Core academic documents will have your 10th and 12th mark sheets, bachelor's degree, transcript, master's degree, provisional certificates if final degree is pending. Application and interview documents would be your application form that is printed, interview call letter, and an ID proof. This can have your Aadhaar, your passport, or your pen. Research and academic work proof will have your project, master's, as well as your bachelor's, your resume or CV, 2 to 3 copies, statement of purpose. If you're carrying it, well and good. For BITS application, you have already submitted it. If you have published any research papers or you have submitted, or if you have accepted. If you have submitted also, carry your proof of that. If it is published, you carry the first page of your research paper, a printout, to the interview. If you have any project reports, thesis, or any kind of dissertations you have done apart from the ones that are mentioned, then also you can carry that. Technical credentials would be if you have cleared any JRF, okay, you have the scorecard or gate, fellowship letters, internship certificates, if you have done any online or offline courses, then also carry that. As far as your work experience is concerned, work experience letters, offer letters, and recommendation letters, organize this systematically in a single professional folder. The order of organization would be: first you will put your ID and call letter, then academic documents, then you have test scores, then about your research work and work experience, and if apart from this any other certificates are concerned, then that would be last. Arrange your documents in this order. I have created a one-page checklist for BITS PhD interview. It is there in the description. The download link is available there as well. Moving on to the dressing sense, what kind of clothing you have to wear. Let's first tackle males. Let's see the clothing for men. Firstly, go for a light colored shirt, dark trousers, clean formal shoes, wear belt, avoid blazer. PhD interview is a semi-formal occasion. It is not a fully formal occasion. This is my personal advice. Clean shaven and short haircut. And footwear and accessories. I personally feel men look really smart when they have shoes on which are either black or brown. That is my recommendation, but of course it depends on you. Make sure they are well polished. For women, you can go with simple kurti or trousers, formal pants or shorts and trousers, and go for subtle colors, okay, pastels and neutrals. The one thing that I suggest for women is go for a brown kajal. When you use black kajal, it gives a stark appearance. Also, it makes your eyes look small. So if you are someone who does not want makeup, usko zyada kuch nahi chahiye, bas thoda chahiye, go for a dark chocolate brown kajal. I'll tag few options over here which I have personally used and recommended. Common mistakes for both the genders. Avoid loud patterns or bright colors. Avoid wrinkled clothes. Your clothes should be ironed. Sneakers or casual shoes, avoid karo. Over accessorizing or nails which are not cut. Here the motto is simple, stylish, elegant, straightforward. You prioritize simple over stylish. You prioritize clean over expensive, comfortable over trendy. Moving on to the etiquette. What kind of demeanor, etiquette and manners you should be having during the interview. As far as your entry and first impression goes, if the door is closed, you knock on it, may I come in, and then you slowly open the door. You can greet clearly depending on what kind of situation it is, whether it is good morning, afternoon, sir or ma'am, and you wait till you are asked to sit. Your body language should be your non-verbal communication. Maintain a straight composure, straight posture. Avoid fidgeting, looking at the door or looking at time. Even if you have a watch, everyone knows what is the time, right? You don't have to keep looking on it and give the panel the impression that you are waiting to go out of that room. You think about the question, you structure it, how you are going to actually say it, and then you speak. If you are asked for difficult questions or any questions for that matter, I would say pause for 2 to 3 seconds. Even if you know the answer, while you are exiting, you can give a soft smile. Thank you for your time and leave calmly. That expression we give out, no, matlab, अब तो हो गया, चलो. Your interview is done. Now everything is on the panel. So you move out calm. These may really look like trivial things, but it really matters when you are under stress and pressure like that of a PhD interview. As far as logistics and transportation is concerned, any campus you are going in, my advice would be come one day prior. It will give you some time to settle. Your written test would be first. Afterward, there would be an interview. A lot of the times it happens on the same day. Sometimes it will happen on a different day. Even if it happens on a different day, it will be consecutive days. जैसे आज टेस्ट हुआ, कल इंटरव्यू है. So when you are coming prepared for a test, you come prepared for your interview as well. Second thing that I want to tell you is the result would be declared soon after the interview, within 10 days. Your preparation with respect to fees, documentation, everything should be on point. If you are coming to Goa for your BITS interview, the landmark that you have to follow is MES Junction. It's a place. It's near airport. Choose Dabolim Airport. Avoid choosing Mopar. A few months back, I was in Delhi for some work of mine, and I realized all the flights were being, most of the flights, if not all, most of the flights by default, the option that was coming there was Mopa Airport. Now, Mopa Airport is in North Goa. It is far from the campus. My suggestion is to make sure if you are booking flight tickets, or if you're coming even by railway or by bus. In Vasco, the railway station and bus station, they are opposite each other. There is food available in the cafeteria also. It is in the basement, and you will get in mess also. If you want to be with your family and enjoy, मतलब शांति से खाना खाना है और ये, there are 3 places that I suggest. One is Udupi Suksagar. Okay, it's a pure vegetarian restaurant, and it is within 3 kilometers radius of the camp. Second is Frosty Blends, similar distance from campus. Kumand. Okay, this is also at the similar. These are quality restaurants. They are open from 7:30 a.m. to 10 o'clock at night. So you can, both option, if you want something premium, is my suggestion is Antique Mador. It is one of my favorite place also. If you are a non-vegetarian, try prawns biryani. Okay, it is really good, and when I think of it, only मेरे मुंह में पानी आ गया. Anyways, if you have to do shopping, then there are avenues inside the campus as well. My personal suggestion is to come to MES Junction. There will be much more variety. You will get things at a reasonable price over there. You will be able to buy everything. Okay, if you are getting admission to hostel or something like that, then this is really the place where you have to go for shop. If you are not getting anything, then you can go straight to Vasco Market. You can get all the things from there. As far as your accommodation is concerned, you can look at Make My Trip. Go for an accommodation which is within 3 to 4 kilometers. Public transportation is an issue over here. My advice would be get a cab. There is no other way. Fortunately, unfortunately, you will get public transport till MES Junction, but from MES Junction to the actual campus, you will require a cab. So might as well hire a cab right from where you are staying directly to the campus. This was it about Goa campus. If you are from Pilani and Hyderabad campus, I would like to ask you about 3 things. First, food options around the campus, accommodation, and what is the landmark for students to reach to the respective campuses. Let this community be something where we help each other to figure out the solutions that they are looking for. So that was it regarding today's video. I think you are well versed about the entire thing. I have tried to tell you as much as whatever I know. My next video would be on 10 things that research scholars need to know before you start your PhD. Okay, this is not just for BITS, it's for anyone, because the admission season is on across campuses in different institutes and universities. When I look back at my own journey as a research scholar, I wish I knew certain things at least that I know now, and I need to share it with you. I'm waiting for your interview to get over. I'll publish a video regarding that as well. So bye for now, and I'll see you in my next video.